So we're talking about our next player that we're thrilled to announce coming back. Spent some time behind the plate, but don't know if he'll do that this year or how much he'll do that. That's up to Mace and up to the other conditions. But Isaias Tejeda. Did I pronounce that?
That was awesome.
Darrell?
That was well done.
All right. Great hitter. Good guy. We're happy to have him back. When you look at our lifetime Revs hitters for average, he's up in the top 5 or 10 certainly. Hits for power, hits for average, gets on base. I'm thinking, and I don't know, I'm not making the lineup card, but I'm thinking first base DH type of thing this year.
I think so.
You think that's accurate, Darrell?
I do, and assuming that Paulino is in there every day, and from the sounds of it, I mean, sounds like a really good defensive catcher. The thing about Tejeda is he's proven that he can play a really solid first base as well.
That's true.
And then it'll be. I don't worry about him not being happy with that. I think it'll keep him fresher. I think he could be an even better hitter because he doesn't have the wear and tear on his body from being behind the plate all the time. So.
That's having to stand and play the field, and some nights DHing, just focus on really what he does best is hit.
Yeah,
the guy can hit. So I'm real happy to have him back, and think he'll add a lot to our the potency of our lineup.
Yeah, I agree. I just thinking back a couple of years ago when he played a lot of first base, he moved around really well around the bag. I thought he was fine there. So, last year I think he could have done either, but I think our best offensive lineup, the way last year's team was built, had him behind the plate.
Right.
Plus
we had some injuries back there that contributed to that, and then Telvin Nash came back, and now we're trying to find the most optimal lineup, which, truthfully, our overall record last year was better than our overall record in 2017, the championship year.
Yeah, it was.
We just didn't get a division title. And at the end of the year, I think everybody in the clubhouse said, if we make it, we're not losing.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody wanted to play us at the end of the year.
No.
It's a long season, and you gotta bring it all year. You can't just show up in the last 3 weeks and think you're gonna make it. So we did have a little snafu.
That's on the next episode.
We figured out the situation and we got him back here, but he missed like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because of that, we could have used him there. I mean, would that have been the
on top of the first 3 months?
Well, that's a whole different story. But would that have given us 2 more wins to get past the Ducks, for example, or to, maybe?
I don't know how to compute WAR, wins above replacement.
Right.
But I have a feeling that Isaias might have given us a boost.
Well, did he steal any bases for us?
Because that goes into WAR.
I know one guy who stole a base for us at that position last year.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, yes,
I remember Roger Diaz.
He stole one.
He stole a base last year. I don't think Isaias did that.
He did steal one.
Maybe we'll have to ask him this year if he can get a stolen base for us.
One of my favorite moments of the season.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
A smart ball player knows when to take advantage of the situation.
That's right.
And there was an advantage to be had. So. Anyhow, next guy I got here, Darrell, is a guy I'm super excited about because I heard him referred to as a Scott Grimes kind of player.
Yeah.
And I love me some Scott Grimes. I know a lot of people who, the 5 of you who are watching here, love Scott Grimes too. Guy, most total bases in a season, right? In Revs history, Scott Grimes did. He could steal bases. He had probably 2 of the greatest catches I've ever seen here in the outfield. There was one in it was either in the postseason or close to it that he made in left center field.
Yep.
Flat out horizontally diving on the warning track, bringing a ball in.
Yes.
Played with a lot of grit, and I think I'm not the only one who says I love that kind of ball player, and that'll, every time the ball's put in play, hustling down to first, running through walls to win a game for a team. So this individual, who we hear is a lot like Scott, his name's JP Sportman. Appropriate name for an athlete, Sportman.
How can you not love him already?
Love it. It's John Paul Sportman, by the way, but he goes by JP.
Yeah.
Made it to AAA, drafted by the A's. Kind of a utility guy. I think he's played in a lot of different positions, but we project him to be an outfielder for us.
Yes.
Is that what you're hearing?
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what the grapevine's telling you, Darrell?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think people are going to love him here. From what I've heard, the way he plays the game.
Indeed.
His numbers are good. Not earth-shattering, but a 270 kind of guy at AAA. That's going to translate really well in our league.
Yeah. Well, when Scott Grimes' clone gets mentioned, my antennae go up a little.
I'll bet.
And like you look at his numbers, and he's done a little bit of everything: hit for average, power, some speed.
And plays everywhere,
Yeah.
like Castillo.
Yeah.
He's played infield, he's played outfield, but again, I think with maybe what Mace and Fletch and Polo have in mind, he's an outfielder for us and maybe our center fielder.
Right, could be, because as our fans know, Alonso Harris is under contract in Mexico, so
Right.
that is a spot that needs filled.
Right.
That's everybody knows that. So yeah, I mean, Sportman has hit pretty much at every level,
Absolutely.
including AAA. So yeah, let's
Right.
see it.
I'm excited.
Can't wait.
I'm excited. So let's see, who is next on my list? Well, actually didn't have anybody, but thought we could talk about.
That's my fault.
No. I got somebody, Darrell.
Okay.
I was faking that. I got one more name here, and that is I would say, our player with the most tenure at Major League Baseball level.
Yes.
He had a American League Central Division clinching hit in a special one-game playoff, which if you YouTube it is an awesome clip, by the way. I highly recommend it.
Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome.
That's right. The Homer Hankies is
Homer
what they
Dome.
used. Homer
Yeah,
Homer.
yeah.
They had the Homer Hankies. There's Scandinavian folks up there all loving their baseball.
Teflon roof or
That's
whatever.
right. That's right. It was probably a lot warmer, obviously, than to play where they're playing now. I mean, an April game up there outside, it's got to be a dicey proposition. So we should ask this player when he gets here what he might have thought about playing outdoors up there during his career there.
Man. And I thought Connecticut was bad in April.
That's got to be tough. But of course, we're talking about Alexi Casilla, who just a tremendous ball player. He's got, go ahead, Cody here. Cody's going to switch out a jersey here for us.
Cody does exist.
That's right. See, you just saw him, folks.
He's got flannel and everything.
He's not my imagination, but.
Flannel Friday. Hashtag.
That's a good idea. We
Flannel
should
Friday.
do that. We got Tie Tuesday. Let's have Flannel Friday.
Thank you, Reed.
Yeah, that's a great
That's
idea.
the other live audience.
So anyway, Lexi's back, and talk about bat control, man. That guy, switch hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's a veteran guy. He takes what is given to him. So if somebody has space on one side of the infield, and he knows he can make it to first, he'll just slap it through the hole, put it on the ground, do whatever it takes, get on base. I mean, to me, he's like the perfect number 2 hitter.
Yeah.
I don't know who our number 1 hitter is this year, but he's the perfect number 2 hitter.
Doesn't matter. Just go right to Lexi. He's that good.
He can get you. He can get the base runner advanced. Even
that
if
made
he
no
makes
sense. But
even if he makes an out, he's going to get the guy to second.
Yeah.
Defensively exceptional.
Yeah.
Good role model in the clubhouse. Nice guy. I think it's terrific that he's coming back.
Yes.
So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, he's a wizard, both with the bat and the glove. And last year, he set a team record for infield hits, and it was not particularly close. And that, to me, is actually a very impressive thing, because he's able to work the ball around and beat it out.
Who had the previous record for that, Darrell?
I believe it was Wilson Valdez. I think.
I know who has, if it still holds, I know who had the most bunt hits. I think for a career, but I'm not certain. James Shanks.
Yes.
I believe
See,
that.
now I'm thinking back. I think it was Valdez, but
I would agree. It was Valdez.
it's in the book. Just
Yeah.
buy the book. It'll be out in
That's right.
mid to late April.
It's a labor of love, people. Buy the book.
Yep. My daughter thinks it's cool that I'm writing a book. I'm sort of writing it. It's the Revs Media Guide, stats, some writing.
There is fresh content every year.
Always.
You always have to do bios on the players that we have to start the season, which is out of date after 2 weeks, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But
Great bathroom reading material.
It is a wealth of statistics of anything that you want to know about any game. Every single game is in there. The result, the attendance, time, all that stuff.
Like you can go back in time and
It's amazing.
Like you're
Relive
in the
it.
game. Yeah.
So I'm sure Alexi's name will be in there pretty frequently.
He peppers
if he
it.
Puts another season in here, and I would be remiss, Darrell.
Mhm.
You know what that means, remiss?
Yeah, that one.
You got that one?
I do tend to use that.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention the nugget that I found about Alexi Casilla that I shared with you.
It was awesome.
This is the only reason I wanted to do this show.
This made the whole off season.
It made my off season, which is that Alexi Casilla holds a major league record. He is the all-time leading successful stolen base stealer. Did I say that right? His stolen
yes.
base success percentage is the all-time best in Major League Baseball history, ahead of Ricky Henderson and ahead of Carl Crawford, and actually number 2 is Chase Utley, which is pretty interesting because Chase Utley is really not the fastest guy in the world, but he knows how to steal a base.
Right.
So Alexi forever will be in the Major League record books or until someone breaks his record. It goes back to his knowledge of how to play the game.
Yeah.
He takes what's given to him. He did have a couple home runs last year, right?
Yes.
And if he sees something he can drive, he'll hit it. But mostly he's consummate team player. I saw him working with Steven Figueroa last year. Remember we signed Steven Figueroa at the end of last year?
Yeah.
Infielder. He didn't actually play too much for us, but he was a good hitter.
Yeah.
But I think defensively he's still, working on his craft.
Yes.
Let's say that. And Alexi was out there before BP, hitting grounders to him at third, working on his technique with them. So this is a guy who was in the majors for 10 years. He doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But he does it because he's a good team guy. He wants to help us and help everybody on this team get better. So having a guy like that back with us, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
Anything else, Darrell? We're good for now. We'll do another batch sometime if we're not canceled.
Yeah.
I think we're getting canceled. I think too much has been said. We can't take it back. We might get death threats from angry players. Who knows? But
it's really up to the people at this point.
That's right.
And the FCC.
If we get one
Passport
like,
Administration.
What's our bar? If we get like one like or one share, is that enough? If we made one person happy?
What
are we setting?
If we have affected one person,
then
we've done our job.
Okay, fair enough.
We've done
Maybe
our
we'll
job.
see y'all later then.
Maybe.
Maybe.